So far, more than 250,000 voters here in Northeast Florida have requested mail ballots for the November election. We are told that is a record number. In 27 days, those ballots will be put into the mail to those who have requested them. Now, however, there are calls for changes to be made to the vote-by-mail process. Changes Duval Election Supervisor Mike Hogan contends are not necessary. News4 Jax reporter Jim Piggott is joining us live downtown at the elections office. Jim, what are these changes that Hogan does not want to make?
Well, Mike Hogan doesn't want to send out by mail applications for people to vote by mail. What he basically is saying is that he will send out those vote by mail applications if people request them, say from the office here, the supervisor's office, or online, or even by mail, but he just doesn't want to send them out to everybody. He also said that he had sent out postcards earlier this year describing the whole process. He did that in July, but some critics are saying those went out too late for the primary last week, and they're concerned about the future. And you know, there's been a lot of concern about vote by mail, even from the president. Still, a lot of people are taking advantage of it.
Betty Davis is dropping off information downtown to be able to vote by mail.
Do you think it's important to vote by mail in this upcoming election?
Definitely, I do.
Why so?
Because I know if I drop it off here, I know it will be counted.
She says this will allow her to vote early and safely. And when she gets her ballot in about a month, she plans to return it immediately. She doesn't want to see what's happened to over 900 voters here in Duval County during last week's primary. They mailed back ballots too late, and their votes don't count. Supervisor Mike Hogan is showing us some of those examples. Remember, the primary was held last Tuesday on August 18th.
Another one, August 18th. Another one, August 18th. Another one, August 18th. They're mailing these on Election Day. They will not get in our office.
And by law, those votes can't be counted. Postmarks don't matter. They have to be in the office by 7 p.m. Election Day. Despite those problems, advocacy groups have been calling for Mike Hogan and other election supervisors to make changes in the mail process. Monet Holder of the New Florida Majority, an advocacy group for black and brown voters, says she and other groups would like to see applications for mail ballots sent to each local voter directly without requesting it.
We want to make sure that we're creating access to the ballot box and not barriers.
That's something Mike Hogan told me today he's not going to do. In July, he sent out more than 264,000 postcards to voters, laying out the options on how to vote by mail. He doesn't plan to send this out again before November. Hogan says the best advice he can offer is once the mail ballots are sent out, return them as quickly as possible.
So once they get that ballot, and especially in this election, you need to turn it right back around.
Do you trust the mail system?
Well, now I'm sort of perplexed. I trust it in a sense, but I noticed I've received my mail from Riverside to Densmore, where I live. It took 4 days to receive my letter.
And you know, so we're putting that to a test. The News4 Jax I-team is mailing 100 letters all across town just to see how long it takes to get to the destination. Tariq Miner is leading that experiment, making sure that the envelopes look and they feel the same, just as those mail-in ballots would. And by the way, I checked around with county supervisors of elections surrounding us. They too are telling me that they are getting record numbers of requests. This is going to be an interesting thing to watch all the way up until November. We're live at the Supervisor of Elections office downtown. Jim Piggott, Channel 4, the local station.